Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of NET, GSET and GPSC paper number 1. Today in this session I would like to discuss one of the current issue, and it is all about new National Education Policy 2020, popularly known as NEP. In upcoming examination, I'm expecting a few questions from new National Education Policy 2020. And for the purpose of learning, I'm going to discuss the important points from NEP in brief. I will also discuss a few questions with answers so as it is very easy for you to remember. I would like to inform you that I will prepare content of new national education policy in different parts. So you can consider that this video is part 1 regarding NEP. Let us start discussion on NEP. The National Education Policy approved by the Union Cabinet in July 2020 replaces the national policy on education framed in 1986. Here you can remember these two dates: July 2020 and 1986. Before new education policy, there were education policy implemented in India, which was framed in the year 1986. It means after 1986 we have made some changes in the education policy in July 2020. The main aim of new education policy, it is India, a global knowledge superpower. With the aim of India, a global knowledge superpower, the government of India, the Union Cabinet has framed new education policy. The NEP cleared by the Cabinet is only the third major revamp framework of education in India since independence, that is 1947. It means that after 1947 we have introduced these kind of major changes only 3 times. Let us see. Earlier, the first major change introduced in the year 1968, 1986, and third, that is 2020. It means since independence we have made significant changes in the national education policy only 3 times. So from 1947 to 2020, we need to remember 3 years: 1968, first major change; 1986, second; and third and last, 2020. What is new in this education policy? As of now, we are following the pattern of 10+2 system. That is 10 plus 2 is equal to 12th. But in a new education policy, it is a restructured as 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And it is also classified with the corresponding age. First 5 referred to as foundational stage. During the year of 3 to 8 years. A pupil, a student can be entered in these phase. It means admission in the school at the age of 3. For first 5 years, they have to learn foundational stage up to the age of 8 years. Then next 3 years, preparatory stage during 8 to 11 years. Then next 3 years, middle stage during 11 to 14 years of the age, and last 4 years, secondary stage, 14 to 18 years of the age. Right now we are following 10 plus 2 system. This 10 plus 2 system is now replaced with the new system 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, and it is referred to as foundational stage, preparatory stage, middle stage, and secondary stage. One more interesting change in the new national education policy related to the language of learning. Teaching up to at least grade 5 to be in a mother tongue or regional language. No language will be imposed on any student. It means that it is compulsory for the student and school to teach and learn in mother tongue or regional language only. Say for example, if you are from Gujarat, it is necessary for you to learn everything in Gujarati at least up to grade 5. If you are from Maharashtra, it is necessary for you to learn in Marathi. If you are from Tamil or Telugu region, it is necessary for you to learn with the mother tongue only. This is the major change introduced in new educational policy 2020. Let us understand the pillars of new national education policy. There are 6 different pillars, or you can say foundational pillars of NEP. The first, access to all. Second, equity, that is for all. Third, quality. Fourth, accessibility. Fifth, affordability. And last, accountability. It is necessary for a student who is preparing for any competitive examination to remember all 6 foundational pillars of NEP. It may be possible that any question will be available to you from these 6 pillars. Let us have a few questions for your understanding. Question number 1. Under the chairmanship of whom Committee for Evaluation of the New Education Policy submitted its report in May 2016. First time, during May 2016, the committee has submitted its report, and late Shri T.S.R. Subramanian heading the committee. He was the chairman of the committee who have submitted its report in May 2016. Then, who was the chairman of a newly constituted drafting NEP 2020 in June 2017? The answer is Dr. K. Kasturirangan, a well-known scientist, is the chairman of newly constituted drafting NEP 2020 in June 2017. Then one more interesting question. In NEP 2020, the current 10+2 system to be replaced by a new curricular structure. What is the new curricular structure? As I discussed just before a few minutes, we have replaced our old structure 10+2 in the new structure 5+3+3+4. It is one of the important questions for the students to remember. Then the blank will be created as an apex body for fostering a strong research culture and building research capacity across higher education as per NEP 2020. It is necessary for the students of higher education to know that for the purpose of developing a strong research culture and building research capacity across the India, the government has decided to introduce National Research Foundation. And National Research Foundation will be working as an apex body, that is the top authority for fostering a strong research culture and building research capacity across higher education. According to the national education policy 2020, by how much percent the gross enrollment ratio in school education to be raised. The aim of new NEP 2020 to increase the gross enrollment ratio in school education by 100%, and it is with the estimation to the year 2030. Right now, GER is less than 100%. So government is thinking to introduce new educational policy in such a way so as we can enroll 100% students for basic education or learning. And we have decided to achieve these 100% by the year 2030. According to the National Education Policy 2020, by how much percent the gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, in higher education to be raised? The answer is 50%. I would like to put to your notice that according to New Education Policy 2020, the government decided to increase gross enrollment ratio in higher education to 50% by the year 2035. At present, the current gross enrollment ratio in higher education is only 26.3%. So, the government is thinking to increase the enrollment for higher studies to 50% by the year 2035. By which year the minimum degree qualification for teaching is going to be a 4-year integrated B.Ed degree. For the candidate who would like to enter into academics, it is necessary for them to know the fact about this. By the year 2030, it is decided by the government to set the minimum qualification for teaching is 4-year integrated B.Ed degree. A new and comprehensive NCFTE, National Curriculum Framework for Teachers Education 2021, will be formulated by NCTE, National Council for Teacher Education, in consultation with National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCERT. And by 2030, the minimum degree qualification for teaching will be a 4-year integrated B.Ed degree. Right now, B.Ed degree is of 2 years course that we can pursue after completion of the graduation in any stream. But an integrated program is to be launched very soon. An autonomous body will be created to provide a platform for free exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, and administration. The government is also thinking to introduce a new autonomous body named NETF, National Educational Technology Forum. The role of NETF is to provide a platform for the free exchange of ideas on the use of technology for the purpose of enhancement of learning, assessment, planning, and administration of academics. So, after introduction of NETF, it is very easy to share your ideas and to get new ideas for the purpose of teaching and learning with the help of ICT. Then, one more major change is taken place in new NEP. The Ministry of Human Resources and Development, that is MHRD, is now no more. And it is renamed as Ministry of Education. So, it is necessary for each and every students to know that now Ministry of HRD is not existing. The name of MHRD is changed and a new ministry has came into force. It is Ministry of Education. If it is related to Ministry of Education, it may be possible that the question related to the MHRD or Ministry of Education may be asked by the examiner. Who was the last minister of MHRD? Or who is the first minister of education? Simply, there is a change of the name from MHRD to Ministry of Education, MOE. So the answer remains same and the picture of the person who is working as Union Cabinet Minister on your screen. The name of this personality is Ramesh Pokhriyal. His pen name is Nishank. He has authored 44 books with the pen name means a nickname adopted by a writer. His pen name is Nishank. So you can remember the name of last minister of MHRD or the first minister of education, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. Then question number 11. As per the policy, public investment in education will be increased from the current 4.3% to what? As you all know that in a budget we used to contribute something for the education, and as per the latest education policy we have decided to increase this investment from 4.3% to 6% of GDP, gross domestic product. 12. Which list includes education in the Indian Constitution? This is one of the important question to know. The answer is a concurrent list. For the purpose of understanding concurrent list, let us have the basic understanding of the different list. We have three different lists. First is a union list. Changes can be taken place with the parliament. Second, it is a state list. It is covered under the state legislature. And the third is a concurrent list. It means both parliament and state legislature have jurisdiction to change the same. So the education is included in the concurrent list. Union change is possible with parliament, state with the state legislature, that is assembly, and a concurrent list. Both have jurisdiction, both have right, parliament as well as state legislature. In addition to that, I would like to inform you right from the first day of introduction of our constitution, it was not in the concurrent list. By the 42nd amendment to the constitution in 1976 moved education from the state to the concurrent list. It means that up to year 1976 it was included in a state list. It means state legislatures have power. But from 1976 onwards, with the 42nd amendment to the constitution, from state list it is included in a concurrent list. It means now union, that is a parliament, as well as state legislatures have power to observe or to make some necessary changes in education. Then, in a new educational policy, a specific weightage is given to the vocational education as compared to the traditional education. And we are planning to introduce vocational education from class 6th. This is one of the major changes taken place in NEP 2020. Is board exams for grades 10 and 12 will be continued in NEP 2020. Some of the experts are in the opinion that we will drop standard 10th and we will conduct the examination of board in standard 12th. But the correct answer is continue with the redesign, not in as it is a format. In new NEP 2020, the board examination for grades 10 and 12 will be continued with the redesign, restructure of the examination system, not in as it is a format as we are conducting right now. And last, for this session, what is the proposed name of National Teacher Education Framework 2021? Not only in educational policy, but the government has defined National Teacher Education Framework 2021, and the proposed name of this framework is National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education, NCFTE 2021. Today, I have discussed new NEP 2020 in brief, and first 15 questions related to NEP. In next session of new education policy, we will discuss a few important points. Thank you. Keep watching next sessions. God bless you.